Hey, Pete Hendrix here. In this video, I'm going to briefly explain our Scent Your Own offering as well as show you how to use it with shave soap. So what you're looking at in the frame here is equivalent to 24 tubs of soap and 24 splashes. And so, you're going to save room here, especially attractive in places like Manhattan and San Francisco where, you don't get a big fat place. With the Scent Your Own, I think a really better description is your shave, your way, though someone else used that and we didn't want to copy them. But the advantage is you save space, you can make your own scents, you can save money, a lot of money. You get higher quality fragrance. The fragrance is best when it comes out of the bottle. You can try fragrances for less and you control the strength. So let's get ready to shave. Many people bowl lather. I've gone ahead and put some soap in the bottom of the bowl. You would and let's say that for this shave, I'm feeling like a little mango tango, which is a great mango fragrance. I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna drop a couple of drops in there. Now, when you're first doing this, especially if you have ever had fragrance burn or sensitive skin, you want to start with just if badly sensitive, a drop or otherwise 2 drops, and then as you get used to it you can add more. There's 2 drops in there. Most guys I think settle on 4 or 5 drops, and I don't have as great a sense of smell, so I'm going to take it on up there. There's 7, 8, 9, 10. Now with 10, it's going to be a strong fragrance. You can't go that heavy with all of them. I consider myself kind of in the middle of the road for sensitivity. When you're using fragrances like black pepper or cinnamon, and believe it or not, lemongrass is probably the worst offender. Those you can't use a whole bunch of drops. You're gonna not, I would not go over 4 or 5 myself. Folks that are more sensitive would use less. I remember Chris Bailey used 2 because he's got a great sense of smell. And so once the oil is in here, you just take your brush and add water, and you're whipping it up as normal. Okay, so you're not a bowl latherer, you are a face latherer. So here's a tub of unscented soap. They say the cobbler's kids have no shoes and the artisan has no labels for all this soap. And there's a couple of ways that you can do this. You can take your brush and, get some water involved and load your brush and add the fragrance to the brush. So that would look like, and on this, since the brush is actually dry, I'm not going to add any, but you could move it around and add some drops. Especially if you're using a boar brush or a natural fiber brush, I would want to have the soap and water on here before adding the fragrance oil, so that there is a buffer between the fragrance oil and the natural fibers. And once you get that fragrance oil on there, you want to start applying it to your face, pretty quickly. The other way that you can do it, and what I think is the best way, is to merely take your tub of unscented soap and add the fragrance into the tub, just like I did with the in the bowl lathering. And so, of course, the first thought's going to be, well, wait a minute, that's going to leave the soap smelling. And it has not, that I can tell. Somebody with a super sensitive sense of smell may be able to notice it, but if that happens and you're not happy, let me know. I'll send you another tub, though I don't think it'll be an issue. And the key to that is you want to get to work pretty quickly once you put the fragrance oil into the tub. And if if you start loading your brush as soon as you do that, that fragrance oil is not going to have time to get down in the soap. And when you load the brush, you're going to pick up the fragrance oil and you're going to pick up the soap it was sitting on. And I just don't think I don't think it'll be an issue. It never has for me. So that is really my favorite way for face latherers. So let's say that you don't want to, you've got a badger brush and you don't want to possibly risk getting any fragrance oil on it, and you're a face latherer. So that is going to bring us, this is our little shave stick, and our shave stick works great with a brush, but it also works great without a brush. So I'm going to talk about how to use this, as well as let you know that this would apply if you don't want to be putting any oil on your loaded brush. The way this works, you wet your hands, wet your face, you do all the pre-shave prep, you get ready to shave, wet your hands, wet your face. You would put some drops on here and rub against your face, and you might want to spread it out. You may put a couple of drops on there and do your upper face, and then put a couple of more to do your neck. You want to make sure that once you get it applied, you want to wet your hands again, start rubbing your face, and so that is going to disperse the fragrance oil and will hopefully eliminate any fragrance burn. And let me say here, when I talk about fragrance burn, we have offered this we've sold an awful lot of this. There have been no problems with fragrance burn. I always want to mention this and let people know what to do. But anyway, to finish talking about the shave stick, so you've applied against the grain, you've rubbed your hands on your face. You'll probably need to wet your hands again and rub the face again. You can kind of tell when you have the correct amount of soap and water. Doing it without a brush is not going to generate the lather that all of us enthusiasts love, but this I have to think is the fastest way to shave. Or if you're traveling, you don't want to take a brush, or if you're in a hurry, this is very, very quick. So you would do the first pass and then reapply the soap for the second, and if you're going to do a third, you would do the same for the third. Just understand that on the first pass, when you do the second pass, there won't be as much whisker left to pick up the soap, so it's not going to pick up as much, and that's okay. It doesn't take much. And on the third, even less, and again, that's okay, because it really doesn't take much. And so that is what I don't want these videos to be too long. What I have covered in this video is to show you the Scent Your Own offering, and then to go and talk about how to use it with tub loading, how to use it with face lathering, and how to use it with no brush at all. And we will come back for the next video and talk about balm and splash.